Hi guys, and here we have the wee Razor E300. Now with this one here, what I've done is I've taken out the standard motor. I had to cut out the stand bracket because it prevented the motor from sitting up nice and flush. It was just in under here and it got right in the way of where the motor had to go. So I cut it off and welded that tab to the side at the same height. Now the motor's a big one, it's an 800 watt motor. So what I've done, as you can see, is I've actually welded it in position. I got everything to line up, the sprockets all to line up nice and straight onto the sprocket. I took one tooth out, one chain link out to make it firm but not overly firm. It's got a bit of play there, as you can see. So welding the motor in, obviously not everybody's got a welder, but I had one, so I think that's the best option. You know, bolts and all that can loosen and things like that. With the brake bracket, it was easy. It just twisted around to fit up over the top of the motor, and it's got a nice gradual bend coming down, and the brakes work really well. They're fine. Now, obviously, when you get the motor, you get a controller that comes with it. So this one came from this crowd here, Tdpro. It has the wiring all explained out there. So what I've done is I had a whole lot of connectors and I've made sure that I got the right ones to fit, that type of thing. Got all my wires to go from the motor, goes through blue, goes to red, yellow goes to black. It's all written in there. You follow through your wiring from the controller, it tells you which ones to join them to. What I did was I took main power into a connecting box here, onto the switch, onto a joiner, which is a XT60 connector. Now from that's how I charge my battery, and I also have a fuse in there, and that's got a 20 amp fuse in there. Okay, now my battery is a standard electric bike battery, and what I've done is I've taken out the BMS and I've wired a hobby charger 10 pin plug. The iCharger will take up to a 10 cell battery. If you can see that, maybe too close, but anyway, it takes the 10 cells. So what happens then is you plug your XT60 adapter onto your charger, onto your battery, and I have my where is it? I have my charger set to charge lithium batteries. It's where it's flashing up to a maximum of 4.05. Now obviously we all know you can take a lithium battery up to 4.10, and some people even go further and take them to 4.2. That's okay, but for all intents and purposes, if you just charge your battery up to just over 4 volts per series of cells, the battery will last for a long time, a lot longer than it will be going to its maximum charge all the time. So anyway, I set that, and what we're going to do now is just show you it charging. It's 36 volt battery. It's going to have 2 amps going in, so we push the start button, it'll flash, battery check, does its thing. Okay, it's away. So now we push the status. We can check the first series of cells. 3.83, 3.83, all the way through. That's awesomely close. Cells 1 through 6. So the next ones will be 7 on. Yep, 7, 8, 9, and 10 being the last ones. All 3.83. So, and then back to what it's been charging for 39 seconds. There's the voltage in total of the battery. Okay, so it's balancing, it's doing a balanced charge, so that's going to look after our battery, make sure all the cells are nice and even, and the battery will last a long time. So that's what I'm doing with the way with, you know, battery. And the hookup's pretty standard stuff. As I say, I've just followed through, connected all my wirings. So important to put a fuse in. If your motor burns out, or if a wire crosses or something goes wrong, you do not want the lithium battery to overload itself and turn into a fiery fireball from hell. So put in a fuse. The fuse will burn out. If there is any problem, it'll just pop and your scooter will stop and you'll be able to investigate what the problem is. Okay, so with this wee scooter, got the twist throttle on it as well. It wasn't a very expensive one. I don't know, 14 bucks, 13 bucks, something like that. The motor and the controller from Tdpro or whatever they're called, I think it was about $108, and we're January 2019, so you know, pretty good. And so that's how I sort of look after my batteries, and I find that I can run them down to about, I don't know, 3.2 or something like that. And you know, still have a lot of time riding. It's almost 40 minutes or an hour's riding, and your battery's just not going to kill itself. So anyway, that's the overview of the wee Razor. And to follow, there's a video on me testing it down the park. Cheers, bye.